Okay, guys, this is Unit 1, Lesson 5. We're going to be comparing fractions that are greater than 1. They're called improper fractions, and we're going to take those improper fractions and convert them to mixed numbers. So I know improper fraction is not up there as a vocabulary term, but it's one you're going to hear me use. So we'll convert those fractions between improper fractions and mixed numbers. So mixed number is where we have a whole number and a fraction next to them, and we'll talk about how those conversions work today. Okay, so let's take an example here and look at what happens. Anytime we add in fractions and they already have that common denominator, we have to have that. We can't add fractions without that common denominator, so all these have 4 as my common denominator. So I know I'm going to leave 4 as my denominator, and when I add, I'm just going to count the numerators. I'm going to add the numerators. I only work with numerators. So 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So 5/4, it's an improper fraction because the 5 is larger than the 4. So what I do when I'm converting with these improper fractions is I look at it and I think, well, how many 4s could I pull out of this 5? Or 5 divided by 4 is what? Okay, because this fraction bar here represents division. So when I think about this, it's like 5 divided by 4 is what? Okay, so when I do 5 divided by 4, it would look like this. So 1, right, 1 4 goes into there. I take 4 and I have 1 left over. That would be what it would look like. So what that means is I have 1 whole, and then I take what's left over, my remainder, and I put that back over that 4. The 4 stays my denominator. So 5/4 is the same thing as 1 and 1/4. Okay, here's some ways to represent that. 1 whole and 1/4. 1 whole and 1/4. So that's 5/4. Okay, again, another way to look at that or represent that, I could circle all the ones that represent the 4/4, and I've got 1/4 left over. So then this would be like saying 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. Well, that equals 1 whole, because 4/4 is equal to 1 whole. Okay, these are equivalent. So then I have my 1 whole plus 1/4. Well, 1 whole plus 1/4 is 1 1/4. Okay, let's put these into practice here and try out a few. So in this particular one, what mixed number is shown? Well, I've got 1, 2, 3 whole, and a half is shaded. Okay, in this one I have 2 whole, so I'm just looking at the 2 whole, and 2/3 is shaded because there are 3 pieces there. Okay, in this one I have 1 whole. Then I have to count the pieces to know what my denominator is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is my denominator. 1, and 3 of those are shaded. So 1 and 3/7. Okay. If we're going to take the mixed number and we're going to write it as a fraction, we're going to make it an improper fraction. Okay. So when you guys hear me say improper fraction, that's what we're actually making these to be. In order to go the other way then, to make it an improper fraction, I can think about if I had 2 3s, so I'm going to take 2, I'm going to multiply it by 3, or I'm going to do 3 plus 3, which is 6, and I'm going to add that 1 in. So it would be like 7/3. Okay, so I'm going to go over that again, what I did here. I took 2, the whole number, and I multiplied it by my denominator. Okay, so 2 times 3 is 6. And then I added in my numerator, plus 1 equals 7. And then I put that all back over my same denominator. Okay, let's try it again. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 2 is 22. So it's 22/5. Okay, 3 times 4, so I'm doing 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 more is 15, so I have 15/4. Okay, 1 whole, 1 times 8 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13, so 13/8. Okay, so this way we're going to go the other way. So notice that was multiplication, so this one's kind of like division. Pulling out, taking out, okay? How many 6s could I pull out of 7? Because 7 is larger than 6, so it's an improper fraction. I want to make it into a mixed number. Well, I can take 1 out. What's left over is 1, so that goes as my numerator, and 6 stays as my denominator. How many 3's could I pull out of 8? Well, I could pull 2, or 8 divided by 3. You could think of it like that. 8 divided by 3, 2. I get 6. I subtract, I get a 2. Okay, so then that tells me that 2 is my whole number. This 2 up here, okay, that became my whole number. And then this other 2 down here, this one down at the bottom, that becomes my numerator, or my numerator. So 2/3, 2 and 2/3. Okay, if I count by 2's, how many 2's does it take me to get to 9? Well, 2, 4, 6, 8. That was 4. Okay, so I can pull out 4. What's left over is 1/9. Oh, sorry, 1/2. My bad. Sorry about that, guys. Easy race. 1/2. Don't you love that we all make mistakes? Just make sure you catch them and correct them. Alrighty, 1/2. All right, how many 10's can I pull out of, or how many 7's can I pull out of that 10? 1. What's left over? 3, right? Because 10 minus 7 is 3, and that stays over that 7. Okay, so let's keep track going on. When we add, remember when we have a common denominator, all we do is add the numerators. So 4 plus 3 is 7. So we have 7/5. That's an improper fraction. So we're going to work with that some more. We're going to take 1/5 out of that 7. What's left over is 2. Okay, so 2/5. Right, it's like 7 divided by 5. What's left over? 6 plus 3 is 9. Because I have a common denominator of 4, I leave my denominator the same. How many 4's can I pull out of 9? I can take 2, right? Because 2 times 4 is 8. And I have 1/4 left over. Okay? 9 is my denominator. I'll leave 9 as my denominator. 2 plus 8 is 10. So I can take that improper fraction. I can go, oh, 1/9 will come out of 10. Right? 10 minus 1, or 10 minus 9 is 1. 1 is left over, so 1/9. Okay? 7 plus 2/3, it's just write the whole number down, 7, and then write 2/3 down. Okay, just connecting them up. That's all you're doing there. Okay, Alicia walked 7/8 of a mile on Saturday and 6/8 of a mile on Sunday. How far did she walk over the weekend? Give the answer as a mixed number. Because there's a common denominator, we're just going to take 7/8, and we're going to add 6/8. 8 is my common denominator, so 8's going to stay the same. Put that 8 down there as the denominator. Okay, 7 plus 6 is 13. How many 8's can I take out of that 13? Well, 1. So 1. What's left over? 5. So 5/8, right? 1 5/8. And then I need to label my units because otherwise I don't know what it is. So 1 5/8 miles. And that would be my answer. Okay? The dark chain is 5/12 of a yard long, and the light one is 9/12 of a yard long. How long would they be if we put them together? So I'm going to take 5/12 and I'm going to add 9/12 to it. So 5/12 plus 9/12. 12 is my common denominator. I'm going to leave it alone. 5 plus 9 is 14. I can pull one whole out of there, right? 1/12 out of the 14. What's left over is 2/12. Any of you that are really quick might be able to simplify this. Find an equivalent fraction for that 2/12. You should come up with 2 can divide by 2 and get 1, and 12 can divide by 2 and get 6. So really my answer is 1 and 1/6. I would accept at the moment, but not for long, 1 and 2/12. And then we're going to say yards long. Okay, we'll see you in class to practice some more of these.